Have you ever stood at the precipice of a battlefield, where the metallic tang of blood mingles with the acrid smoke of burning resolve, much like the desperate charge at Thermopylae, where 300 Spartans faced oblivion not for glory, but for the fragile thread of hope? In episode 13 of Kingdom Season 6, aired on December 27, 2025, we plunge into such a vortex, a culmination of the Shukai Plains Inferno, where Qin's audacious invasion of Zhao teeters on the knife's edge of annihilation or apotheosis. Imagine the thunder of hooves echoing like the heartbeat of a condemned man, the whisper of steel drawing you closer, as if you're there amid the churning mud, feeling the weight of a nation's fate on your shoulders. This finale doesn't just close a chapter, it ignites a pyre of unanswered yearnings, leaving you haunted by what-ifs, much like the unresolved tension in Game of Thrones' Battle of Winterfell, where survival hangs by a thread you can't quite grasp. What drives a warrior to defy the gods of war? Dive in and feel the pull. The episode beckons not as entertainment, but as a mirror to your own unspoken battles, urging you to witness the chaos that might redefine everything. Picture the frenzy of Gettysburg's Pickett's Charge, where bold gambits rewrite history's script. Here, in this taut 24-minute climax, Qin's right wing erupts in a desperate counteroffensive, led by a young general whose reckless pierce through enemy lines echoes the audacity of Alexander's cavalry sweeps at Gaugamela. Building on the prior episode's collapse of Allied forces under Zhao's masterful traps, Episode 13 shifts the tide with strategic revelations that expose vulnerabilities in the impenetrable, much like a chess master sacrificing a queen to unmask the king. Without unveiling every thrust and parry, key units clash in a symphony of feints and reinforcements, introducing shadowed figures from Zhao's arsenal that promise escalation, leaving the central protagonist's unit poised on the brink, their ambitions simmering like a storm about to break. You're there, heart pounding with the soldiers, tasting the dust of uncertainty. Will this be triumph or tragedy? The episode transitions the arc toward uncharted depths, stoking a fire that demands you pursue the flames to uncover the truth hidden just beyond the horizon. Episode 13 masterfully accelerates the Western Zhao invasion arc, adapting chapters roughly 534 to 537 of Yasuhisa Hara's manga, where the Shukai Plains devolve into a labyrinth of tactical genius and brute desperation. The narrative thrusts forward with a pivotal breakthrough on the right flank, revealing a twist in strategy that upends Zhao's dominance. Think of it as Napoleon's flanking at Austerlitz, but laced with personal vendettas that humanize the grand scale. Pacing is relentless, balancing frenetic action with deliberate pauses that build suspense, though the dramatic equilibrium tilts toward cliffhanger, abruptly halting mid-revelation to announce a sequel, much like The Empire Strikes Back's frozen Han Solo, leaving viewers in exquisite agony. A common fan query revolves around the cloudy aspects of Zhao's reinforcements. Why summon this particular shadowed general? Manga context clarifies, drawing from chapters 538 onward, this figure, a relic of ancient rivalries tied to the legendary Rin Shoujo, embodies Zhao's hidden depths, not mere cannon fodder but a philosophical counterweight to Qin's youthful fire, ensuring the invasion stakes evolve into a war of legacies. This episode doesn't resolve the battle but propels it, clarifying that apparent recklessness is calculated poetry, informing the arc's trajectory toward inevitable reckonings that manga readers know will scar the soul. Central figures peel back layers like onion skins under a blade, revealing wounds that bleed authenticity. The young general spearheading the charge, his choices, born of inherited burdens and raw ambition, transform from impulsive to illuminating, echoing Hamlet's internal turmoil but forged in the crucible of command, where dialogue uncovers a vulnerability that surprises even allies. His counterpart, the stoic Zhao commander, grapples with shock, his motivations rooted in unyielding loyalty, adding psychological depth that feels consistent yet evolutionary. The protagonist's unit, lurking in the shadows, hints at growth through restraint, their hidden scars of loss fueling a hunger for merit that mirrors real-life underdogs like Rocky Balboa, pushing them toward transformative arcs. Were these shifts surprising? Absolutely. Yet they ring true, dialogue sharpening their psyches like whetstones, leaving you pondering. What hidden fractures drive your own pursuits? Beyond the clash of arms, the episode probes the abyss of power's morality, where sacrifice blurs into survival, much like the ethical quagmires in the Iliad, questioning if victory's price erodes the victor's humanity. Hope versus despair manifests in desperate charges that defy logic, embodying the human spirit's refusal to yield, as characters confront identity's forge. Am I warrior or pawn? These aren't abstract. They're visceral in choices that echo your own life or death decisions, like facing a career crossroads where ambition demands blood. Survival isn't mere endurance but a philosophical rebellion, provoking. In your battles, do you charge forward, or wait for the storm to reveal its secrets? New lore emerges subtly, enriching Zhao's cultural tapestry with allusions to forgotten generals whose histories complicate Qin's unification dream, adding adding layers like unearthed Roman ruins that rewrite empires. This deepens the universe's realism, where every banner carries ghosts of past wars, making the conflict feel eternal, inescapable. The script slices like a katana, sharp, poetic, laced with foreshadowing that resonates long after, evoking Sun Tzu's aphorisms but infused with emotional weight. Lines like a commander's stunned realization carry the echo of Caesar's "Ititu, brute," not cliched but impactful, hinting at betrayals of expectation. You're immersed, hearing the gravel in voices, feeling the pause before a revelation. Did that whisper just seal a fate? The writing compels curiosity, dangling answers like forbidden fruit, drawing you inexorably to the screen. Animation surges with fluidity, art direction wielding shadows and crimson hues symbolically. Red not just blood, but passion's fire, much like Apocalypse Now's jungle greens evoking madness. Lighting shifts from oppressive grays to piercing golds, mirroring hope's fleeting glimmers, while stillness in wide shots amplifies isolation, movement exploding in chaotic melees that convey war's disorienting terror. Direction employs dynamic angles, low shots elevating commanders like gods, rapid edits syncing with heartbeats, to amplify tension, composing frames that trap you in the fray. The soundtrack haunts like a spectral chorus, motifs swelling in crescendos that burn into memory, silence roaring louder during pivotal stares, evoking the Revenant's primal scores. Voice acting shines. Masakazu Morita's Shin trembles with restrained fury, embodying a soul on the verge. Daisuke Ono's Ohan delivers intensity that pierces, timbre quivering with hidden doubts, drawing you into their essence as if sharing their breath. This episode scars with its weight, a collision of destinies that leaves wonder in the wreckage, evoking the gut-wrench of Gladiator's arena finale, where triumph tastes of ash. I felt the raw ache of unfulfilled promise, moments sparking a fire that questions, what sacrifices define us? Pivotal shifts hint at breaking points, shifting paradigms like tectonic plates, connecting to universal queries of legacy. Do we forge our paths, or are they forged upon us? You're there, pulse racing with the warriors, the echo of a cry fading, compelling you to chase the resolution, as if your own journey hangs in the balance. Employing a reverse reading, the abrupt cliffhanger, potentially a flaw in pacing, serves as deliberate thematic choice, mirroring war's unfinished symphonies, heightening anticipation like serialized Dickens novels. Complexity borders opacity for newcomers, yet reframes as immersive depth, rewarding investment. I appreciate the ambition, though measured critique notes occasional visual shortcuts in crowd scenes. Balanced, these pale against the narrative's visceral grip. Episode 13 triumphs in blending epic scope with intimate wounds, its strengths in thematic resonance and tactical thrill outweighing minor pacing quibbles, succeeding as both war epic and soul-searcher. Yet, as the dust settles on unresolved horizons, one question lingers like a phantom wound. What if the next charge is yours? Watch and let the battlefield claim you. It's not just a story, but the inexorable pull toward your own uncharted conquest.